Just take a minute. And I'm gonna have to cancel that session tonight for real. It's supposed to be. My man just got back in from Texas and he wanted to holler at his boy as soon as he touched down. The spirit said to tell him tonight, but I wasn't in my right mind. For real. I was not in my right mind when I said tonight at 10. I figured whatever I was feeling would have been on wall. One day though, I'm gonna have to come on here with some Heinekens or some Patron. It's been a minute since I had a drink. I'm curious to see who the fuck gonna show up if I have a drink. I'm gonna be just as surprised as y'all. On my mind right now. I'm trying to find out why this other beat ain't downloading. This is not right. Acting real strange for me.
Somebody going straight to Facebook jail. This a man that's a key sweat. You may be young, but you're ready. R. Kelly, make this focus.
That's funny.
No, people act like R. Kelly.
Tonight's topic, it should be in the header. Hold up. I'm pulling it up.
A lot of people act like R. Kelly ain't tell the world something wrong with him back in the night.
What up, y'all? Come on now.
Come on now. Wait. Oh, y'all.
Okay. But think about this here. People was raised. When you raised off of something, you're not about to sit up there and switch it up, especially if you had a good time doing what you was doing. But that's what I'm saying. It's so many people that bump and grind to that man's music. Now we ain't saying what he was out here doing is you know what I mean? Okay, but that ain't got nothing to do with the music. Now, if this was some subliminal shit that we was bumping and grinding to, then we need to check ourselves. Okay, I do not. What is that, Russian? Somebody speaking to me in Russian, you is not gonna get the type of response that you need. You better translate that question mark. Hold on, no. It's a question mark, but the name is in Russian. I don't know what that might mean. Something else in Russian. I'm not responding to that. You feel me? You know, other symbols mean something different in other countries. So I ain't playing with a question mark, homie. But what up, though? I love y'all crash videos on YouTube. I know the insurance rates must be high in the month. Oh yeah, back to your question. Tonight's topic. What did I say it was? Because I don't see it. Well, it's for people that have lost themselves. We're gonna build on that. It's some people that was lost before the pandemic. You know what I mean? So the pandemic didn't help that situation. Like, I see people still trying to figure out what's next as the world opens back up, as we get to some type of normalcy. You got the movies opening back up. I'm ecstatic about that. I went to my first movie last week. I went to see The Conjuring, and I enjoyed that. They ain't had no Raisinets though. I don't know if we covered that in the last episode, but I'm still affected by being at movies without Raisinets and popcorn. That motherfucker that drive the truck that didn't deliver it though, he need his ass beat. How you don't make that delivery, my G? You feel me? But hold up though. That was the grand reopening. How the fuck you have a grand reopening without Raisinets? Nigga, it's the movies. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. You fuck that whole experience. Like, that's the first time in my life, I think, since I started eating Raisinets at movies, that I actually didn't have no Raisinets. And I've intentionally tried, like, other shit to go with the popcorn. Raisinets is that thing. That butter and that chocolate. Ooh, I want some popcorn and Raisinets right now, cuz. You feel me? So, Big Bass, K Anonymous, Real Rap Talk Podcast, man. How's everybody doing out there in TV land? What's really good? It's weird. That's why I want my own show, man.
What?
I want no, not like that. I mean,
What?
a show where I could talk to people in real time. So they'll know exactly what's really going on. What?
Peter Guns and Cisco about to do a boxing match.
Yeah, that's the new thing now, man.
Peter.
Old niggas who ain't got no sense out here boxing and shit.
Guns.
Like the nursing home, though. Think about that.
And Cisco Rosado. I don't want it to be confused with Cisco that's sing the thong song.
Oh, hold on. What Cisco you talking about there? Because I was going there.
What?
What Cisco you talking about?
Why would Peter Guns be boxing Cisco?
Who the fuck is Cisco? Well, who you said?
Cisco Rosado.
Who the fuck is that?
He was part of the Creep Squad.
So he fighting
the
one.
Big one, the chunky one.
He fighting one of his partners.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the chunky
okay.
One.
I don't even understand why they feel like we need that, but okay.
I don't know that. Oh, Keep Guns is live. Oh, let's not do it.
Would you fight one of your friends for charity?
For charity?
Mm-hmm.
Charity? We talking about charity, my nigga?
If they was trying to knock your block off, though.
For charity? They trying to knock my block off for charity?
Nah, they trying to knock your block off for other reasons. The video's gonna be for charity, though.
No. No. This is retarded. Not doing that.
Okay. Would you fight George Zimmerman?
Here you go with this George Zimmerman stuff.
Cause that's a pay-per-view I would pay to see. I don't even understand why ain't nobody capitalizing on that. But find George Zimmerman bitch ass and get him to do one of them fights.
Is he not in?
I want Tyson. Look, I want George. I don't think so. I want George Zimmerman and Mike Tyson to fight for charity. How about that? You feel me? Yeah, that'll be a good one. I'll pay to see that. I'll go over. I get the free shit, but I'll go over somebody else's house and actually pay them to watch that shit.
And Lamar Odom and Aaron Carter are gonna have a boxing match?
Yeah, that one. That I thought that shit was supposed to happen already, though. I've been heard about that one.
Today.
Motherfucker gotta start smoking that shit.
Ice-T. Wait a minute. Oh, it's a bunch of these. Hold up. Aaron Carter and Lamar Odom.
George Zimmerman ain't on the list. I don't want to hear about it.
Cisco Rosado.
I don't even know who that is.
By Ice-T, Coco, and Rich Dollars.
He had to be up in there somewhere.
All right, so I was just caught off guard by that. But so there's a few topics that we got that segue into what you have.
Okay.
So, because y'all like, share, and subscribe. We haven't been here in a while. I'm sorry, please forgive us. So let's see. So have you seen all the drama surrounding Gary Owen and his wife?
No.
Estranged wife, Kenya?
No. I have not been in the real world.
So for those of us who don't know, Gary Owens is the comedian, the white comedian who's married to a black woman. What was he in? He tours with Mike Epps. He was in
I think Like a Man.
Yep, and Meet the Blacks. Right. So
He might be in Meet the Blacks too. I don't know because I ain't
Didn't they kill him? No, they killed him.
They killed him, but he ain't gonna be in part two. Unless he got the corona and they brought him back. I try to think ahead. You know what I mean?
Oh shit. No, that was The Purge. He was in,
no,
Meet the Blacks
that was Meet the Blacks, yeah.
The Purge,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay. All right. So his wife had a lot to say about Gary Owen. He was a deadbeat. He didn't help pay the bills. He cheated.
Funny how
he didn't spend time with his children.
Before a motherfucker become your enemy, everything all good on the hot shots, on the low, right? And then a minute. I think that's corny though.
Wait, but she said that he also cheated on her with Claudia Jordan.
Oh, so what in the friend? It was the
well,
action.
that is their friend. Claudia
Yo,
Jordan.
he invited her to his basement to do his podcast. Let me find out that nigga was in there smashing between commercial breaks.
Well, they said he went on Wendy Williams and said he didn't smash, right? And that all the stuff that she was saying is not true. And that, he was on the road. He was a comedian, so a lot of times he would miss time with the family, but it wasn't like she was painting the picture of him being like this raggedy ass husband. So at least shout out to him and he knows he's not a raggedy ass.
But still though, you once again, you ain't heard shit. They had their own TV show on BET.
Yep.
Everything was all good.
Yep.
And then when motherfuckers is not together anymore, I just find it strange. You immediately go to discrediting people That's very fucking childish. And then not only that, but you do it publicly. That's classless as hell, man. It's bad enough that if your relationship is not strong enough, messy, gossipy ass people can come into your lives and destroy your relationship with lies. Just because that's what they do. You gonna in turn become those people. She could have probably already been like that, but right. You in turn gonna become those people to try to hurt your significant other. Peace, Queen. That's crazy to me. Like, if we break up, just take your ass home, man. Whatever we gotta deal with in court, we'll deal with in court. But to be on social media, I don't get it. Like, I understand certain people be making up shit, like you know what I mean? Fake fights, fake arguments, fake beefs, and all of that, just to get numbers. Let me explain something to y'all about the Real Rap Talk podcast. The more I learn how this internet works, as far as numbers go, the less likely I am to get numbers. One, I don't do that fake shit. Two, I'm not going to do the necessary things that it takes to fool people into clicking on my shit. Like, I don't care about that.
Well, I mean, and then I guess too, when you take a regular schmegular girl, you know, out, and these are their words, so y'all don't get mad at me, because I think they said she's from the good and all of that stuff, you know. So
then he said she was from Compton.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. The hood. He said she's from the hood. And, you know, they did have their own TV show.
Facts.
Then they was doing the podcast together at one time. It wasn't just...
In the beginning, it was. In the beginning, it was. I saw that shit.
Yeah.
It was him and her.
Too. Yeah. So, but, you know, all of that might have gotten stopped. You never know. Like, you know, she might not be in high demand because she is a square, kind of. I mean, she may be from Compton, but she's still a square.
Anyway, I ain't gonna sit up there and talk about that sister like that. But
and you can talk about it.
I don't know, but what I'm saying, I don't know her to talk about her like that. Like, and you don't need.
I seen the show.
Have you? But do you know her?
I don't know none of these people.
I'm saying, you saying she's square. What if she not square? What if she's totally the opposite?
Well, that's why she on social media.
And he's scared. What if he's scared?
That's why she putting their business out, because she not square.
You don't know who she know. You feel me? She might got Bloods and Crips in her family like I do, nigga. That's a dangerous cocktail right there.
Oh my God. So now we blatantly Christian. What a motherfucker. Okay, so moving right along. The young lady who recorded George Floyd's death was awarded with an honorary Pulitzer Prize for her bravery of recording the murder.
That's interesting.
Of George Floyd. Her name is Darnella Frazier.
Why not a Nobel Peace Prize? On the strength of, since they claim this particular incident changed things, right? It was this pivotal moment in history. The George Floyd incident mattered more than all the other killings that done took place, right? So why not the Nobel Peace Prize if they believe that shit? I read something about the training of some of these officers, and it was very interesting, right? So some of them, now I don't think all of them, but I'm quite sure this is something that they probably heard about and try to be a part of. But a lot of these police departments send their officers out the country to learn killing techniques and tactics. Dig that shit. Killing from other like special forces and shit like that. It's almost a requirement, damn near, that they send them out the country to do the shit that your man did, like that whole knee on the neck shit. They know that's like a kill shot. They know that shit. Certain chokeholds they put people in, they know all that shit now. But nobody's talking about that. You don't think that's crazy? They went and got trained. We ain't talking about the regular training that we know where they shooting at the target and doing some fitness shit or taking classes to learn how to do psych evaluations on other people on the job. But going out the country to a camp or some shit to learn how to kill people without using your weapon. Why is that and we paid for that shit. We paid for it. We're paying for that. But ain't nobody saying nothing about that shit. And you can't tell me, as resourceful as the motherfucking news and media is, that's not something that need to be brought to light. You don't think there's something wrong with that? We pay for them to go out the country to learn how to come back and kill somebody here. And nobody's saying shit about that. Why is that even necessary?
I just report the news, man. That's it. I try not to make it.
But I'm saying though,
I try to just report on it.
That's weird as fuck to me to have that as part of their arsenal. Like, you can't even sit here right now and tell me what is that needed for?
Well, I mean, just like you were trying to rag on the last sister, let's not rag on this one.
Nah, but that's some real shit. I don't know her. I know this. That's the difference. I don't know her, but I know this. She
won a Pulitzer Prize. I don't know why it wasn't the Nobel Peace Prize.
I wasn't ragging on her. That's a step up.
There's some kind of criteria that has to be met, but congratulations to the young
No
lady.
doubt. No doubt.
Yes. She has helped shine the light on an issue that we have been experiencing way before there were cell phones and shit like that. So there's a couple more. Monique talking about the young ladies need to stop wearing bonnets and pajamas.
I heard about that. It's crazy how news like that actually becomes news. Who the fuck cares?
Well, you know who the fuck cares.
Who?
Everybody.
Why? Nah, it was a lot of people in opposition to that shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but it's saying motherfuckers who wore bonnets felt like that. They took that shit personally. Yeah. But I'm saying.
She was saying that it wasn't so much not to wear a wrap or a head covering or a scarf, but don't wear the shit you're gonna wear to bed outside to the store.
Come on, man. Motherfuckers been wearing pajamas in grocery stores for how long now?
I've been doing it now.
Right, that's what I'm saying. If you ain't fixing it, look, but once again, this is why you should fuck with the Real Rap Talk podcast. We don't dig up, look for petty shit to bring to you just so we can be a shit starter. We don't do that on this podcast, man.
I don't think it was petty. I mean, she said something that that we have talked about on this podcast before.
And what's that?
The dawn of time.
What's that?
Like, looking your best when people see you out. We should look back in the day. People,
come on, man. I'm on this.
Can I finish?
I'm on this show in these motherfucking shorts and my active wear. I gotta protect the air off because you ain't get up. So everybody saw my shorts. You get it? It ain't no secret.
But you're not in public. You in the stoop. We talking about in public.
And that's exactly how that person probably felt that ran into the grocery store. I ain't giving up no, they ain't giving up no ass. Niggas, but people still try to holler at chicks in their bonnets and pajamas.
Oh, you damn fucking right.
Now I'm not doing no shit like that.
Whatever, you ain't never hollered at no chick.
Man, I don't care how fat your ass is, how pretty your face is. If you in Walmart in pajamas, I'm looking. I ain't seeing a motherfucker. I ain't hollering at nobody that's comfortable with that because I wouldn't approve of that lifestyle. You feel me?
But we just said it was just a one-time thing. We had to run in the store and run out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
still,
we just came home from the hospital.
I'm gonna take that L then, because I'm not hollering at nobody in their pajamas, man.
You're not hollering at pajamas.
Nah.
All right. So, and then the Chinese. Is he Chinese?
Who?
The man who is accused of shooting the little 6-year-old boy in Michigan. There was like this.
Oh yeah, I know you talking about.
There was this.
Well, I don't know if he's Chinese though.
He looked Chinese. His name is Ryan Le Guin. The judge increased his bond and sent him back to jail due to a public outcry.
Didn't he get out? They had his bond was like $500,000 or some shit.
$10,000.
Wow.
So then it was a lot of outrage, a lot of protesting, a lot of social media stuff, and the judge upped his bond to $100,000 and locked him back up.
And they wanted $25,000 for some bullshit with me. Come on, man.
Right. It's crazy though. Like what did he do? What did he? Oh, he threatened the little boy with the sledgehammer first because he couldn't, because the little boy was too fast. He's allegedly.
Hold up. So yeah, but what was the whole incident about? Is this the one where the boy went to retrieve a bike or something?
From his yard, yeah.
Wow. Yep. Okay, yeah. Man, look.
That shit is crazy. Like, he didn't know that was a kid. A 6-year-old.
Listen, man. Everything that we know, we don't know. Everything that we think is supposed to make sense don't make sense. We speak about this all the time on this platform, how everything is 180. There used to be this movie called, oh my God, something aliens, some shit like that, where you had to have on these shades in order to see who the aliens was. And if you ain't had the shades on, everybody looked like you and I, regular people. I forgot the name of that movie, but that's how I look at the world now. And you kind of have to, because everybody who might look like somebody when you first meet them and then you get to know them, that shock value be like, this motherfucker ain't who I thought he was, or this person ain't who I thought she was. Yeah, you got to have them shades on in order to see exactly who you dealing with, man. And it's strange to me how people are quick to still, to this day, jump in a relationship or set things without even doing the math, y'all.
Yeah, and don't forget, though, I'm not defending that man in any way because that was a child, but don't forget, like, you have places where if you trespass, a motherfucker can bust your ass. They can pull a gun out and shoot you if you trespass it. So, I mean, we just got to keep better watch on our babies, man, because of shit like that.
Okay, but here's where I got a problem with that. And I have a question before I get into that. So you think he gonna get off because of what you just said?
No.
Okay.
They put him back in jail.
Right.
Yeah, nah.
Right.
Nah.
All right, so look. I come from an era where, one, we was intelligent enough to know who the crazy people was in the neighborhood. You know when somebody move in and that vibe in the neighborhood might seem different because those people live there now versus your everyday. You know what I mean? We know who these motherfuckers are. We hear stories. We see strange shit. Like some old Fright Night shit. Like, why this motherfucker, he ain't got no job, but he always come out on the porch at 9 o'clock every night to watch whatever the fuck is going on at 9 o'clock at night type shit. Every neighborhood has that one person who just may be a little weird. Sure. You know what I mean? You just see some shit, so you be watching that motherfucker. Yeah. To the point, you be like, why does this motherfucker keep driving past the house? Why he going this way? This motherfucker stay down the street. That shit, right? But every neighborhood got them people. And I personally don't have the apartment experience because I never lived in an apartment building, man. Well, yeah.
You did.
No. I'm trying to figure out if I could consider my project. My projects wasn't
high rise. Wasn't like.
Nah, like my father stayed in a 10-story building. My grandmother on his side stayed in it, and my other family members stayed. But I don't count. I don't know. I don't look at that shit as an apartment. But I guess
was it a condo?
No. But I'm guessing it would be the same vibe over there versus my projects was only 3 stories.
Those are apartments.
It was. Listen. I guess what I'm saying, the kind of apartments that I'm talking about is like what we see now, where they just build them shits up and then I'm talking about those. I consider those apartments versus the actual projects. You feel me? Like the projects is the projects. I don't look at that shit as no fucking apartment. Yeah, it ain't like, nigga, it's nice in that motherfucker. I guess that's what I'm saying. But other than that, I've never really stayed in an apartment building. Meaning, I know Judy across the hall. That shit. Like as an adult, with these apartments that people stay in now, I've never lived in those. I went straight from grandma crib to a house to another house to another house and then back to another house. So I don't know. It might be a whole vibe. I'm quite sure it is because people keep living in apartments.
Fuck that. I want to hear what's going on.
I wouldn't want to be in that situation where you do got somebody that's watching you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like there's somebody actually watching you every day, and ain't nothing you can do about it because you live there. That type of shit.
Damn, that's crazy. And the last crazy thing is Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, man. And she fell in the bar exam. She done fell in the bar exam twice.
Yeah.
What's going on, Kim K? You need to study.
Hey, she trying. She trying, though, I guess.
Yeah, she is trying. She's trying, but damn, girl, come on now. What you think about that prison reform work? Because you've been doing it for a while. What you think about it? Do you see anything coming out of it?
Hold up. All I heard was, did you say prison reform?
Yes.
About
she's working on. You don't know about the.
I mean, I know she got some people out there or whatever, but
and she met with Trump.
Yeah, I remember that.
So you haven't like really.
Listen, man, where I live at, and I don't mean my address. I'm saying in my world, ain't nobody talking about no
prison reform.
No, ain't nobody talking about no news. Nobody I know or fuck with actually gives a fuck about the news. Like, think about that shit for a minute, though, y'all. Nobody actually be like, yo, did you hear such and such on TV? I don't get them phone calls. Motherfuckers know not to call me with no bullshit, especially some gossip. So unless I see it myself, I don't know nothing.
Yeah, if I don't read or see it, I don't know nothing either because I don't pay attention like that. But lately, a lot of things have been happening and we're getting a lot of notifications about things that's going on.
But is that a bad thing though? Would you consider that a bad thing?
It's a break from everyday normal life. And sometimes that's just what you need. It's a break.
I look at it like when I meet people who say they don't have a Facebook page. They don't fuck with Facebook. And the reasons that they get behind not having a Facebook page. I respect that shit. Me personally though, unless it's a banging ass sale for some shit that I got to have, that motherfucking news don't mean shit. Just like when you see a Popeyes commercial or a Chick-fil-A commercial. If you don't fuck with that shit, that commercials they wasting their motherfucking money on you. It's gonna work for somebody that's like, ooh. You know what I mean? A motherfucker will say ooh, and next thing you know, they in Chick-fil-A long ass line and get them some chicken. I don't fuck with it like that, man. I stay in my own world. I got my own vibe. And speaking of, I want to shout out. I want to shout out to everybody that's been to the studio in the past couple of weeks, man. I'm excited on the strength of if we pull this thing together, work together, and do exactly the things that we talked about, man. And see, that's the thing with me. I try not to get excited early. I used to just get excited as soon as I meet a motherfucker because I think they word is bomb. And they don't understand, nigga, I'm gonna go get it. You don't come around here talking that big shit around me, nigga, and then when it's time to do something, you got 1,000,001 excuses to why you can't be successful in life. That's some weird shit to me. And I try not to talk shit about people. But I look at it like if we sit down and we build and we both have an understanding that, yeah, this could work. Well, fucking ain't nobody stopping me, nigga. What's stopping you? And that'll always be the problem. Oh, man, my girl pregnant. Or the dog ate my homework. Niggas always got an excuse as to why we can't be successful together. And I don't know. I don't know if people understand that when you do that, when you take that energy and you come into the building and you build with somebody and you not solid, what kind of business do you expect to get done when you not even a solid motherfucker yourself? Like, that shit is weird as hell to me. It's like, dog, I know what role I'm gonna play. My money good. What role you gonna play and what you gonna bring to the table, right? And sometimes it don't even need to be money. Like if this is where people's intent really come into play with me. Most motherfuckers, if I treat you like most women do, it's put up or shut up, right? I don't hit people with the put up or shut up. It's more or less like if you is going to be a part of what we got going on, I can find a role for you. I can find an identity for you, right? And I always try to be involved in some dope shit. Like, I don't go around doing messy shit or trying to be involved with some bullshit. That's a discredit to everything that I got going on in my life, man. But motherfuckers just don't get it. If I say something, it's probably going to happen. Now, if you help, we'll get there quicker. That's it. That's everything with me. If you help, we'll get there quicker. There are certain people who know this. and don't show up. And that time is wasted. Now, the old me will probably fuck you up. Because that's just where I'm at with it. It's like, yo, punch this nigga in his face type shit, right? The mature me, I block it out. You feel me? You know how you ever been at work or at camp or some shit, the motherfucker call your name and motherfuckers looking around trying to figure out, yo, where's John? And nobody, motherfuckers, ain't nobody saying nothing. Don't nobody know where the fuck John at, but John ain't here today. That's how the fuck I treat motherfuckers. And it's like, I see things in people that they don't see in themselves. I see potential in people that they don't see in themselves. And I honestly don't know if they understand, nigga. We always talk about the genie in the lamp. Nigga, I'm the motherfucking lamp and the motherfucking genie. If it's something to be done and we can do it, my nigga, let's do it. Why is we ain't even gotta talk about the shit. You done said enough. That's how easy it is to do some shit, but for some reason, people look for excuses to procrastinate. And I don't know. I be wondering, this can't be no fucking test, because you know how many motherfuckers I done dealt with like that in my whole life, especially during my adolescence, man. Frontin' ass niggas. People who, I'm gonna fuck with these niggas over here, but I ain't gonna fuck with y'all over here type niggas. And I'll be like, okay. My thing now is I want to see y'all shit, whatever it is you claim that was more important than what I had for you, my nigga. Good luck with that, and I hope it blow. And then it never blows. So now you got this resentment, self-inflicted gunshot wound, because you didn't go with what's behind door number one. You went with door number two. But then somebody will come around and be like, well, you ain't do nothing, so I guess it's okay. And I'm like, nah, nigga, I am doing something. You just not gonna see it until it's time for you to see it. And then it's too late. And it's weird that people don't understand. That's how easy it is, man. It's been that way for a minute. Knowledge, wisdom equals under motherfucking standing. I don't even think they understand how powerful those three words are, man. But it's part of the mathematics of life. If you have knowledge, then you have the wisdom. If you have wisdom, you have understanding. If you have understanding, you can now born culture and be free. All of this shit is in the mathematics in that particular order, my nigga. Like, this shit is not that hard to do. Be whoever you want to be. Just know you got to put in the work. You see, that's part of the problem too. A lot of people don't want to put in the work. Commitment, dedication, consistency. It's a lot of that's a big word that I hear a lot of women complaining about. Niggas ain't consistent. I really don't have no advice when it comes to that, on the strength of, I don't see how you can get consistency. Folks need to be upfront with what they want. Fact, that part. And that's just it. We could be in conversation, but they won't say it. They dreaming, because you know I'm a dreamer. I had your ass already there, and then when your high come down and the conversation is over with, motherfuckers go back to that regularly scheduled program doing that same old shit. Nope, a lot of women, men and women, are not consistent. Facts. Consistency is a major problem. But for the women, when you want consistency in men, we talked about this. It's 12-1. It's kind of hard for a lot of these niggas to be consistent. You feel me? It's way more y'all than it is of us. So you're gonna have to expect some of that bullshit coming your way, man. You got the way you feel like you got the pick of it's a lot of men. It's a lot of males. Let me put it like that. That has the same idea. They had to pick of the litter. Only thing is, though, for them, way more women to pick from versus the other way around. So I don't know how you. I don't know. It's like we're gonna play spades. I got 12 cards and you got one. How you gonna beat me? You gonna get one motherfucking book, and that's how you gotta look at this shit. You gonna get one book if you got the big joker. That's it. You ain't getting nothing else out this motherfucking game but ass whooping. And that's what's out there for you. Until they fix that math, and they trying, because there was a report about people had less babies all over the world. Less babies was being made during the pandemic. I find that hard to believe, but that's what they say. Less babies. Yeah, that's interesting though. Less babies. But there's a lot of
everybody dying, and there's less babies being born.
Mm-hmm. That's what they put out there.
Oh, okay.
So speaking of, funny how that shit segues. So for the people that say they lost themselves, understand life is ever revolving. Thank that person for changing you and move on. When you go back looking for answers, playing to the hands of that person, it becomes a game. Men and women do this to fools. How can you run around with fake pride pretending not to be a fool when you're playing foolish games? Some people are just here to teach you that lesson, no matter how much you think you love them or need them. Sometimes you got to just say goodbye. This life is temporary, and as fucked up as it may seem, you have to pick and choose your battles. Everything is not for you. I learned most of what I know what not to do from messy ass people. Whenever you have messy ass people in your circle, these are the fools that are there just to teach you something. People that believe that they can change people are fools. You could try to help someone, but you yourself don't have that power. Life is that simple. You could control somebody. All of this shit would be different. I'm not even going to say what I typed after that. It's because I don't feel like being vulgar. But what child and woman doesn't want to hear, I bought you something? Think about that. Yeah, who don't want to hear that?
Oh, it depends.
What? That somebody buy you something? You don't want to hear that?
Sarcastic and be
No.
like,
We ain't talking about that.
shit for your toilet bowl.
We just talking about with good intentions. Who don't want to hear somebody saying I bought you something? And the curiosity of you wanting to know what the hell it is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But the simplicity of woman and child. A child likes to hear that. A woman likes to hear that. What man goes around hearing I bought you something? What man? Say that again. You what?
Carry on.
That was it.
What?
What you mean what? That was a lot.
It.
What you got from what I said? Talking about that's it. I said a lot. You think about it. It's a lot of people have a lot of unanswered questions when it comes to dealing with other people, whether it's a friend, a co-worker, a boyfriend, a child, doesn't matter what it is. People have ideas, but a lot of people don't even understand what that identity is, and then some of them have the confidence to understand what that identity is, and then they just run with that. Like people who are master manipulators probably gonna do that shit till they die. They even gonna try to cheat God out of that life he trying to take from their ass type shit. You feel me? Life is so short that people really don't have a lot of time to change unless you're changing from an adolescent to an adult, a child to an adult. You feel me? You don't, that window is very, very small, man. You think about how we got here. Coming from being outside chasing the ice cream truck or running in the crib to get some money to try to make sure that motherfucker don't drive off without you getting some ice cream. That shit don't seem like that was that long ago, but it was. And when you look ahead, you really don't see anything. You have things that you want to do. You have ideas of shit that you could do. But whether or not it gets done don't always determine on you. You feel me? You may get sick. What football player? You can't be a football player without no legs. There's a football player without a hand, but you can't be no football player without no legs. Your career is over. You can't shoot basketball without no arms. Your career is over. And these are the things, the little simple things in life that we take for granted. And we sitting up here and worrying about another motherfucker. Why? How? For what? Every lesson that you get, every scolding that you get is there for a reason. Every misfortune happens for a reason. Everything can't be all good. Nah. It ain't like it ain't people out here praying for that shit to be. Every day, faithfully, praying for good days, praying for better days. They ain't getting that. When we start talking about energies and shit, it's a little deeper than your little punk ass relationships. It's bigger than that. All of this shit on the grand scale is bigger than that. This is why I don't be getting caught up in other people's bullshit. All of this is bigger than that, man. Everything that we do is a small part to something. Like, I can't get into specifics, but it's a small part of something. You got people who want to go left, so all the motherfuckers is over there. You got people who want to go right, they all over there. You got people who don't even want to move at all. They in the middle. These are the people that I try to go through. Who wants to deal with attitude? Problematic. Motherfuckers who don't just know how to understand yes and no. People who have to have shit explained to them in every conversation. Like, God damn. This how I'm going out? You feel me? Nah, nigga. I couldn't deal with that. What you think about these teachers, though? You think they doing their job?
I'm just saying something that said a teacher, substitute teacher somewhere, Georgia somewhere was masturbating in front of the class.
Too much time on their hands, man.
How? You got too much time on your hands if you're in class. You're supposed to be teaching. What the fuck is you teaching? Sex ed?
Pretty much.
Oh,
Pretty much.
my student didn't get a form. I hope the parents sue the school. Class action lawsuit, bitch.
But ask yourself, how somebody like that fall through the cracks? Because if you really think about it, what we used to consider a standard of living has changed. The standard of living has changed for everybody. You don't think that's weird? The getting shot at the grocery store, getting shot at, shootouts at Walmart, shootouts at the fancy mall, little kids, all that shit. The standard has changed. And I think a lot of OGs got a problem with the who changed that shit. Why did it change? What did I do to contribute to the way things are right now? And here's what I say to people in their 20s, people in their early 30s, right? All this shit that we talk about, you're going to have to address it one day in your life. One day in your life, I don't know what age you're going to mature. But when you start to look at your contributions to this shit, I hope you don't have a whole bunch of regrets on your plate. Because you are going to spend probably the remaining years of your life trying to put band-aids on shit. And this is why you should try your best to be a fair and just person early. So you don't have to be like, you can enjoy your life more if you know I gave it at least 90%. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Maybe not. People don't want to give that much.
But once again, do you think, let's say you live to be 60, right? You in your 60s. You think somebody gonna want to deal with you? No. If a motherfucker had to deal with 40 years of you being that way, outside of unconditional love, motherfuckers is not gonna fuck with you. And I believe a lot of people that do fucked up shit, that shit coming back, man. It is. And that, goddamn, that's definitely gonna be a lonely place to be. Because you're gonna invest a lot of time into trying to fix shit when you could have spent that time doing something else because you can't correct. And I don't understand how bullshitting ass people still running out here like motherfuckers don't know you're a bullshitting ass nigga. I don't get that. I feel like I don't want to say, I'm trying to find the right word. It's not mature. Intelligent enough people know I'm not going to have too many chances doing what I'm doing, so I need to switch it up. You feel me? I need to switch it. I can't keep doing this because eventually it may be something I don't get to come back from, or I'm going to dig myself into a hole. A lot of people don't approach life that way, but they'll try to do it with money, which is weird to me. Because if that money means that much to you, and you feel like you need that to full creditors and people who you owe money to. Man, come on now. Like, I know people who don't pay rent-a-center back. You feel me? They keep their shit and think they're gonna move somewhere else, change your fucking phone number, change your address, and think you good. And
niggas still be like, hey, such and such doing what?
Nigga, they knocking on your door, the door wide open, nigga. You sitting on the couch. Your ass being got a warrant out for your arrest over. The fuck?
Shit. What?
You stole the couch from Rent-A-Center, nigga, because you ain't paid the shit.
Warrant out?
Hell yeah.
What?
How they supposed to get their shit? They gotta take you to court.
What?
Right.
I'm glad I ain't never got
But please believe that warrant shit is probably a last resort, because court costs, like, somebody gotta pay that. Well, it costs them money to have to come after you to get their shit. But what I'm saying is, those days of thinking, well, I found the loophole, I'm about to get over. Fuck doing it y'all way. And your shit is actually working for you for now. The people who stay in this lane for their whole fucking life, my nigga, no. You got to do shit the right way sometimes, man. And it feel good. Like for me, my personal experience, and I'm going to ask you about yours. When you knew, what better yet, I got a question for you, a different one. What situation happened in your life to make you stop bullshit? What happened?
I started getting some real bread.
Speak up, I can't hear you.
I started getting some real bread.
So
I started seeing some real money.
You started seeing real money and it made you change your life?
It made me, I mean, I had a lot of things that happened even before. We talking about traumatic experiences.
What made you stop bullshitting?
I didn't stop bullshitting until I really started making some money. I went through a lot of shit. But none of that shit made me stop until I seen that I could actually
be somebody.
Yeah,
right.
Like provide for my children and stop bullshitting.
Right. Taking unnecessary risk.
Yes, that's
there you go.
Because I am a risk taker.
Yeah.
You know, I'm naturally stubborn, and if I feel like I want to do something, then I'm gonna do it. Like,
okay.
I don't give a fuck who says what sometimes.
Well, then that's who this is for. People who don't know, you need to stop bullshitting. Like, even when you die, if you died and you ain't got shit together or you ain't did anything with your life, right? People are going to talk about you while you're gone. And you ain't here no more. I know it don't matter, but come on, man. You got to at least give a fuck about that. Because if not, then your whole existence, zero, nigga. Goose egg. Think about that shit. But in a fucked up way, this is where we got these mad shooting ass niggas who want to go down to infamy and shit. This is why we got motherfuckers who go above and beyond on the fucking social media sites and shit. These TikToks, these challenges, like all of that shit, man, attention seeking shit. It's weird that people want to go that route. And then you see people even older than myself doing dances, and they serious. Not just on some jokey joke shit, right? They seriously trying to get their numbers up. That shit is crazy to me. So What's going on out here in the real world? Or doing something real, something substantial. Now, if you the type motherfucker, you own your own business and you feel like being a goofy, all right, we ain't talking about you. Because you got your shit together. If that's your outlet, do you. But there are people who ain't got shit but a Wi-Fi signal and a cell phone. And they want to be somebody. I don't see, like, in the entertainment business, you used to do shit like that and hope that it leads to a career, right? Or get on one of your favorite talk shows, the TV shows, or some shit like that, right? Now, it's get enough views. So what? What happens when you get a whole bunch of views? What changes? Please explain to me.
Internet famous. You went viral.
The fuck that mean?
You internet.
I understand that, but where's the value in it? You still gotta pay $2 and some change for 2 donuts at Dunkin' Donuts. You dig?
Depends on what Dunkin' Donuts I go to.
You're not getting shit for free. It ain't like, come on, man. But the fact that people will dedicate their time into believing that. Count how many people is actually on the internet doing videos, and count how many people actually made something of themselves from doing that shit. And I guarantee you them them numbers, man. I already know. Now, it's been dudes that's been doing this internet shit way back before I caught on to other things on the internet other than me buying shit and reading blogs and shit like that, right? There are people who was here since the beginning of this shit. They OGs did this. They should be successful. They helped it evolve to what it is to now. But you just jumping off the porch expecting some type of fame and fortune from doing this, networking to help the promote your brand and your business. I understand that. For the people that's branding, we ain't talking about y'all, man. We ain't talking about y'all. Motherfuckers that just, I'm going to jump off this roof and land on the car and I need you to film this shit. Them niggas. I'm going to push my friend off of this bridge. But you stand right there and film this shit. The fuck, man? There's nothing else to do. Nothing else you can be out here learning. Any contributions to moving our species forward? No doubt. I appreciate you, Jeanette Bunting Harris. But that's what it's the Real Rap Talk podcast, man. We do it because there's nothing else to talk about. Like, you think about, we sit around, and some of us that don't participate in the bullshit, we sit back and we watch because it's entertainment. Everybody is out to entertain you, man. You got people at your job. They sit in the mirror every morning when they put that fucking outfit on. You feel me? Every morning to come to work. And whatever happens, happens. And that is a lifestyle for some people. I've spoke about the moment that changed my life at a young age is when I worked in a warehouse, and it was this dude that would come to work. I'm a third shift person. I'm nocturnal. But this dude would come to work an hour early every day. Fucking took a bath in cologne. Motherfucking pants had creases in them. This nigga wanted to be there. Okay? But seeing him, and he's an older cat, even older than I am right now, but he's happy to have his job. That he showed up an hour early. They ain't never gonna say this nigga showed up to work late, ever. If he come to work late, they calling the police, the fucking Coast Guard, the Army, the Navy, and the Marines type shit. But he's happy to be here. And that's it for him. That's that man's whole life. And I said, I don't want to be like him. I don't want to be that. So I quit. Shout out to that dude. He probably, if he's still alive, he probably still showing up to work. I don't want to be that dude, man. And people who I personally think this is kind of like the 90s to me, man. This is the time for you to take that leap of faith. If there's something that you've been wanting to do it. Stop the procrastinating, man. Do it. This is the perfect time to be doing some shit. One, you really don't have a whole lot of distractions right now. I know a lot of people's spirits and they done picked up some bad habits being lazy during the fucking pandemic. I'm one of them. I ain't been to the fucking gym. I got my membership in fucking January. I've done other things, but I ain't been to the gym and I don't even know where I was going with that because I am paying every month and I ain't taking my ass there, but I get it. It changed us, man. Everybody. It ain't a motherfucker that wasn't affected in some way, shape, form, or fashion by what happened because we had to readjust to something we was not prepared for. It's like a funeral. It's like when somebody in your family died. You stuck. You in that dead space, man. We was in that fucking space for almost a whole year, y'all. And a lot of people are still there. I see motherfuckers still wearing masks, and I don't know why. The game is over, nigga. Like, if you ain't figured out by now that was some bullshit, I don't know what to tell you, y'all. I don't know what to tell you, man. This whole thing with the vaccines. I don't know if y'all peeping that. Like, I let the shit go. We did the whole pandemic. Did shows during the whole fucking pandemic, man. So if you just now rocking with us, go back. Go back. We started in March of last year. Go back. And I promise you, if you watch the episodes where we broke all this shit down as it was happening in real time, and I even went above and beyond to tell you what was coming, and you look at the timeline, you're going to be like, damn, that nigga was on point. But here we are. Nothing's changed except us. Think about that for a minute. Nothing's changed except us. You had some people who they wasn't getting money like that. They trying. They trying now. So there's a lot of positives that came out of the pandemic. You know what I mean? A lot of people got on their grind, man. And hey, look, I salute that shit. Get it. Fucking get it, yo. Get it. If you figured out a way to crack that egg, scramble the motherfuckers. Put some cheese on that shit. Like cheese eggs, my nigga. Feel me? Do you. Get that money, man. It's out there. But don't forget to be human. Don't forget to look out for your people. Don't forget. Period. Don't forget. I don't know how relationships change. My team stays strong through the whole shit, so I don't know how it is for other people. But I got an idea that shit done changed for a lot of people, man, and now it's like people are looking for things to do. Here's why that's dangerous. Because you'll connect your spirit to something that it don't need to be connected to. Somebody that you don't need to be fucking with. And if that's the route you ended up going, man, you got to do better than that. It's a lot of people out here with separation anxiety, and a lot of people out here that just can't be alone. That shit drives them nuts and depressing and shit like that. So all of that, you gotta think. Those people are back out here with us now, looking just like you. And they still want somebody to be in their life. They still want somebody to connect to. You feel me? So a lot of them yeses is really, nigga, I don't know. You feel me?
I don't know.
There's a lot of wolves out here. Oh man, it was fucking Thanksgiving all year for the wolves. Cause all that weak shit. For those who fell for the banana in the tailpipe, yeah, they would. And then think about them calls you getting there for your bills. Them motherfuckers ain't getting on your nerves. They all tricky. They sending motherfucking fake checks in the mail. These motherfuckers are getting creative, man.
It look like the check, but
that motherfucker say pay total order of, and when you open that bitch up, it's a bill. Yeah. I fucking love it, man. I fucking love it. But take notes. Don't fall asleep at the wheel. Take notes, man. Because we ain't done yet. And I'm quite sure if you wasn't prepared for last year, like most of us wasn't, it's time to get your affairs in order, man, because something else is coming. They ain't done. This shit ain't over. It ain't about no punk ass, I ain't even gonna say the name. But you know what I'm talking about. It ain't even about that shit. You dig? It's about something else. Your man been in office for what, 4 months? How long this nigga been president for?
Since January.
Okay, 4 months. Well, 6 months. Damn, I forgot. It's June. See what I'm talking about?
Yeah, he got elected in November.
That time going by, man.
What happened to the recount? Did they shut that shit down?
Nah, they still in.
They ain't still counting.
Facts.
It's June, nigga.
Nah, I just see your man been in the news lately.
I ain't seen that part.
So let me ask y'all something before we get out of here. For those of you that voted for Biden and Mrs. Harris, do y'all regret that vote? Do y'all regret that vote? Did y'all really want it?
Trump was starting to build his motherfucking wall in the first 90 days, and it was true to his agenda.
I'm saying that nigga put 2 bricks up. You right. He put 2 bricks up.
He put a brick up a day, nigga. He was not playing.
Kind of miss Trump, huh? Yeah, I feel you. Hey, I was getting way more money with Trump than I am with this other nigga. I ain't even gonna front.
I mean, I did too, but I mean, Biden is sending these stimulus checks, and they talking about more is coming.
Yeah.
So I mean, actually, I don't know. I think I'm getting just as much money, if not more.
Nah, ain't no way in hell. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Shit.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Shit.
Let me tell you why. Because you had less shit to spend money on because we were in the pandemic and shit was closed. The only thing you could really do was go to the grocery store and back to the crib.
Now let me tell you why.
Go, shoot.
Because taxes hit and 3 stimulus checks totaling almost $5,000 a piece. But between, well, damn, you could say two tax checks if you include last year's tax check. So
now, last year he wasn't president. That's all on Trump.
Okay, so then when Trump started the stimulus check.
Exactly my fucking point. So when you say right. So when you say, hold up though, when you say stimulus, you can't put that on Biden. That wasn't his bag.
I mean, this is true. But
he came in on another nigga's dick. You can't say that.
But he sent out another check too.
Nah. That plan. Listen to what I'm saying though. This is not his idea. This is not his hustle. Trump gave us money.
Okay, Trump gave us.
Biden is just playing around with the idea of matter of fact, and I said this the last time. The main thing I hear people complaining about is the fucking student loans. He's supposed to be getting rid of them, right?
I know fucking student loans.
But we ain't talking about you. We talking about the people who do have those problems. So peep game. In the 6 months, right? How many checks you got in 6 months? Since you want to get this nigga credit, because I'm gonna show you something.
Checks, I think it was 2.
Okay. Now, they did the SBA, the PPP shit, right? They did the unemployment shit. They did the shit for the kids, which I don't relate to. You got 2 also? Okay. So all of these things, that's on Trump's watch. You can't give that to Biden. He said he signed a $14 billion a bill to give to the fucking IRS so they could catch all these motherfuckers that's defrauding the system. 14 billion. What happened to the student loan promise?
Oh, no good.
But this is why people is bitching and complaining about you, man, not keeping his word. He doing a lot of other shit.
Well, what's the other shit that the nigga doing?
Hold
what's
up.
he actually doing?
Hold up. You ain't been to the gas pump?
Oh, yeah, that shit.
You don't know that gas is almost $1 more than it was last year around this time? Right. So pay attention. It's,
I mean, I know that. We talk about
but I'm saying, what we giving this nigga credit for?
Nothing.
Right. He ain't done shit.
He ain't done shit.
You motherfucking right. We need to push for that recount.
Yeah.
Dang, I'm about to put a fucking Trump sign on my motherfucking lawn. Everything up. Facts. Everything up, man. Motherfucking a bullet is $900 out this motherfucker.
That's what I was about to say. That's the type of shit he on, trying to ban and machine guns.
Right. Assault weapons and all these people getting shot.
Right.
This shit is bananas.
Yeah, all these mass shootings are really crazy, but I mean, taking the guns ain't gonna stop that.
What happened to defund the police and all that other bullshit?
Defunding the police ain't gonna stop that, and it ain't gonna do nothing. But make them niggas not want to do their job even more. So
it's already people. It's people like, look, 24.
They don't give a fuck. Now they really ain't gonna give a fuck.
Where I live at, there's a 24-hour McDonald's, right? Personally, I used to love going to Walmart at 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Told you I'm nocturnal.
Yes, you did.
For whatever reason, I still don't understand the why they not back 24 hours. I'm okay with the 11 o'clock hours, but I'll be glad when Walmart stays open 24 hours. Because you can't put a time frame on when I get the munchies. Right? Like that part is very disrespectful as an adult. You know what I mean? Nigga, if I want pancakes 3 o'clock in the motherfucking morning, I should have the right to go to Walmart and go buy the shit. You feel me?
And it's a shame. McDonald's closed at 9:30, nigga.
Yeah,
so if you get off at 9:45, nigga, you show.
A 24-hour McDonald's don't even know when the fuck they closing. Motherfuckers show up to work when they want to. If they show up at all.
Right.
So you can't have a craving for McDonald's at one, like McDonald's. Right. Like that shit is crap. McDonald's can't be broke.
McDonald's, what, an hour is 24 hours though, was it?
No.
When did they?
When they rebuilt that new one, they came up with that. But still, being in a place or being in an area where even Denny's, man, Denny's is a fucking truck stop.
Yeah, Denny's closes.
How that work though? Ho. I ain't even put them two together yet. How that work? Denny's is a truck stop. They ain't even 24 hours no more. You gonna have me Google what's 24 hours like right now? Other than the few gas stations and shit. That's crazy.
Make sure y'all like, share, and
No
subscribe. We're just fucking around. This is just our thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Our everyday conversation.
We keep it simple, but we keep it real. Real Rap Talk Podcast.
You know what I'm saying? It's about time for us to slide on out. We got other appointments, so.
Yeah. Hey, I'm closer to meeting my goal of having the kind of podcast show that I've been talking about forever. It takes people. I can't do this shit by myself, man. For what I want to do. So it's something I'm not supposed to be putting out into the atmosphere, and I don't fucking forgot, y'all. It'll hit me, and the next time we do a show, I'll bring that shit up, man. Big Bass, Anonymous.
Who ain't never here, apparently.
Real Rap Talk Podcast.
I'm gonna start saying you went to go see Eddie Murphy and ain't telling nigga about me.
It's all to the good. Shout out to the 85 South, man. We out of here, y'all. Peace.
I'm gonna be like, do you know drugs?